Hello everyone, Jay here, Deal96 here with a brand new reaction. As you can tell by the title, it's another Ethan Nestor video, and this one was just put out literally the day after I finished recording the last session, last week. And that is, I remember him, this was a video on his members only page for a while, but now it's finally public, and that is giving Twitch chat advice. I guess relationship advice or whatever, whatnot have you. Some weird advice. So I wonder what he has to say, about certain things, like maybe relationship advice. I don't know. Just curious about that, Just kind of curious about that. Or whatever other relationships, whatever advice he has. So I'm just curious on what he has to say here. So let's just get right into it and see what happens. Without further ado, let's react to this video, shall we?
Twitch chat. I asked them, if you have questions bubbling up inside you about love, about finding your person, or maybe you have a little bit of trouble, I'm here to help. I am your matchmaker, and I got all sexy for you. Oh my god! Oh! I married John Pork. Help. When you say that you married John Pork, I don't think that's a problem. In fact, we've talked about
the cinematic camera over
these
here?
last couple of streams, and for those of you watching on YouTube, if you don't know John Pork, he's one of the sexiest men I've ever seen in my life. Look.
Oh, good
this
lord.
Man, John Pork. Who is John Pork?
The uncanniness.
Well, he's an influencer. He's sort of a king of his craft in a way. If you're married to John Pork, what are you even complaining about? What do you mean help? You're already being helped by John Pork. He's famous. He's got money. He's got pizzazz.
How is this guy
John Pork
famous?
Is self-made. He didn't inherit anything from his family, but as you can see in this photo, he does come from old money. When he was younger, he separated the wealth of his family with the wealth that he wanted to create for himself. He does have a rich family.
All AI generated even. That's even worse.
He's not in any way a Nepo baby. Do I only
like Tony Khan
is? Trial of John Pork. How do I get a girl to engage in conversation more? So
Ooh,
this one
interesting.
goes both ways for anyone that you're trying to court. There's a couple of ways of doing it. One, you have to figure out what their interests are.
You gotta know what they're
into
into,
Overwatch,
because
unfortunately, you talk about Symmetra or something. Or
like I could talk about wrestling all day, but it wouldn't really feel the same if my girlfriend is not into it.
Or if you can't think of anything, similar to their interest to talk about, you can always use cool distractions or come up with a cool trick. Y'all ever heard about a cool trick? You could learn different skills. You could learn how to use a Rubik's Cube, or you could learn the power of juggling. And everyone knows that a man who juggles is a man who fucks. My boyfriend is a superhero, and he's a kind of mediocre.
This is all fucking.
He feels bad about not being cool enough, but he literally beats up bad guys all the time. Help. How do I boost his confidence? Boyfriend is Hawkeye. Oof. No, I don't want to dox him, but it might be. This is controversial, what I'm about to say, okay? Because some people will say, oh, that's not good, that's a false confidence thing, or, oh, you're going behind their back to, if they find out about this, they might not be thrilled. But you're saying that he beats up bad guys all the time. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he wants to beat up more bad guys, or maybe he's looking for a certain situation. But I don't know where you live, but people will do anything for a quick buck. So to
be fair, yeah, that's kind of true.
Set up some scenarios. You set up some fake fights, some fake robberies. Maybe you
role play. Are we talking about that?
A big and it's like, oh, man, I've got your partner right where you want them. Okay, or right where I want them. Right.
What?
I've got you right where I want you. So then, by proxy, it would be right where they want them.
Okay.
Right? Make up a scenario. Make them feel like the big guy. Throw a parade.
The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Throw a parade. If they're feeling down and out, and they're feeling mediocre, round the town together. Again, I don't know where you are, but maybe, I don't know, put out a flyer. Get a bunch of people and throw a parade. Everyone loves a parade. How much could a parade cost? Each year, massive floats.
No, this is Macy's. Speaking of Macy's,
Top
13 million.
Total of 26 extravagant floats. Average cost
$30,000 to $100,000. The balloons, I wouldn't be surprised if it'd be more than that.
You might need to pull an Ethan Nestor Crank Gameplays and do an OnlyFans to fund the parade. But I think if you make a parade for them,
you gotta have to pull an Ethan Nestor. Just do an
I want
OnlyFans.
to date a leaker, but I don't know how to recognize one.
Like a brain leak. Well, John Cena started an OnlyFans. That doesn't help matters. But then again, you're not gonna see it.
A certain aura about them. The ones who are at the top of the leaker board, if you will, obviously are Sean and myself. And what do we ooze? What Sean and I ooze is what the leakers absorb. So what do we ooze? Sex appeal. Okay? Good taste. Good looks. Good smells. Great style. Riz. We have loads of Riz.
Oh, good
gallons. Well,
a lot of Riz.
Liters because he's across the ocean. Someone who knows how to goon. Exactly. If the person that you're pursuing isn't constantly edging, gooning, jelking, then are they truly a leaker?
If they're edging, then that could be different.
Honestly, if you're not attracted to them, if you're immediately like, wow,
My girlfriend is not a fan of the name brain
you're
leak.
probably a leaker.
Oh my gosh.
My God, guys. I don't want to show this one yet because I'm a little bit afraid of the repercussions if this person is watching. Okay, we're gonna do it. It'll be fine. I don't think that the person is watching. My boyfriend, John Pork, has a secret
Oh,
family.
God.
What should I do? Dude,
This fucker again.
To hear,
John Pork again.
Look up to John Pork, but to find out like if this is real and John Pork is unfaithful, not only that he's unfaithful, but he has a family. I want to go out ahead of time and say that there's absolutely nothing wrong with polyamory as long as it's all communicated and consensual and everything like that. But I don't think that this is the case. Like, I don't think that the original question asker that said I'm married to John Pork, I don't think that they're aware of this. And like, I'm not trying to cancel John Pork. I want to come out and say that I'm not trying to cancel John Pork. John Pork being adulterous is my personal 9/11.
What the fuck?
This sucks. I'm super surprised that John Pork being married, that we don't know about it. John Pork at a wedding. No worries. I'm still single. The wedding bells weren't ringing for me. So John Pork is lying in two ways. One, John Pork, you're not single, but also you have another lover on the side. If the cheating scandal,
he's a ladies guy, I guess.
If we hadn't,
he's a ladies
that,
pig,
like,
I guess.
okay,
I don't know.
You want to keep your relationship private, like for the safety of your family, for the safety of your children. That is completely respectable. If you want to,
keep my relationship private.
Pretend like you are single to keep your privacy. That's fine. But finding out now that he's sleeping around while he has not only a spouse but a family as well, you have to think about the children in this case.
Think of the children.
Sucks, dude. If I were on your end of things, I would take the moral high ground. I would leave.
It's over, Anakin.
And I would say, John Pork, I found out about your spouse and your family.
I have the high ground.
I can't do that. I don't want to be a homewrecker. Whether or not you tell John Pork's spouse, that's up to you, I think. If I was John Pork's husband and John was cheating on me, I would want to know. So, I'll leave that with you. This is a fantastic question, guys. If gay bad, why boobs? If gay bad, why boobs, I think is a fantastic question that you should be bringing up to your local congressperson. To Joe Biden, exactly. I think that's an important question to bring up. And
we don't need that.
It's more popular nowadays, I think, to be an ass man. We can do a poll in chat right now. I would actually like to see where you guys land on this.
Wow, it's won by 60%, 60-40.
Because
I'm an ass.
It's a very important question. I don't think it's a question that we're asking enough. I think this day and age we're afraid to ask this question, but I think that it's important to dig deep within yourself.
Trust me.
And say, okay,
I just prefer the ass.
Where do I align? Where do I
prefer the cake.
in history. And there's no right or wrong answer, but there is a line. You can't be
A line
offensive.
must be drawn.
You have a preference, and I think that there comes a time when you have to say, hey, I'm a tits man. Hey, I'm an ass man. I think that you need to take a solid stance.
It's so funny. It would be funny if he's like, hey, I'm an asshole.
Really tough. An explanation on how to eat pussy. I want chat to tell me how to eat pussy.
Oh,
First,
God.
you need a spoon. Okay. Fork and knife. Gotta keep it classy. All right. Firmly grasp it. Okay. Always remember to have napkins. Okay. Obama
SpongeBob.
keeps giving me hickeys, and he won't
Oh,
stop.
God.
Dude, that's a tough one. Harry Styles.
What?
Harry Styles. Harry
Wait,
Styles. Barack Obama.
Oh, good lord.
Huh? Harry Styles from E! News.
Oh, no.
Styles responds to report that he had an affair with Barack Obama. A lot of people
This
would love
happened
to have
10
an affair
years
with Harry
ago?
Styles, but we don't think Barack Obama
Good
is one.
lord.
Hoax National
From a One
Examiner
Direction
covers
member? What the
features
hell?
Obama with a line of text that reads, had sex with Obama had sex with this man, with an arrow that points to the One Directioner member. While most people would read this as an absolute disbelief, no one was more surprised to hear about this affair than Styles himself. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. I've heard some good news some good ones in my time, but that's interesting. No, that sounds like a classic case of denial. That sounds
Oh, good.
like there may be something going on.
The river
Betwixt the
down
two
the
of them.
called
I mean,
denial.
Look at this photo.
Oh, it's Photoshop, buddy.
Seems to be a lot of proof. I don't want to talk bad about Harry, but Obama's not president anymore. And maybe Obama is trying to hold on to this love that Harry was attracted to when he was one of the most powerful figures in the world. I mean, the president of the United States is one of the most powerful people in the world. Harry might have found that power alluring. And now that he's not president anymore, Harry might be, a little turned off by that. He might be like, all right, you've given me what I wanted, and now you can't offer that to me anymore. And he's not that into it, but Obama's hanging on. It's tough. That's really tough, Eric. I think that you need to tell Obama straight up that you're done.
Yeah, this is all
and that
jokes.
You're just not into it anymore. All right, guys. Last
One.
question.
How do I tell hoes that they only like me because of
How do I tell the
Good
hosts that
lord.
they only like me because I'm autistic? Please help. It's becoming a problem. They swarmed me like flies to shit. How do you tell the hoes that? Not the tism riz.
God, no.
Turn up the tism, turn down the riz. Okay? That's
Oh, God.
an option. Ghost them. You ghost the hoes? Is that the best
Ghost
thing
them?
to do? If they can't hang, you hang up.
Oh,
Oh yeah? You're autistic? Tell me your special interest. Pussy. Well, friends, we've gone through the relationship advice. We have asked some questions, answered some questions, we've dug up some drama. I'm not responsible for what happens next after this. Specifically with John Park, I'm not responsible. If you can contribute to any relationship advice, you let me know in the comments. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for watching.
Oh, good lord.
I'll see you in the next video.
Oh, good lord.
Goodbye. AI.
Oh my gosh. So that was that one. So most of the questions were pretty jokish. They were all jokes, all for fun. But there's that one where, like, how do you, intrigue, start a conversation with your girl, with someone, your significant other. And I can totally relate to that because it's pretty difficult when both of us have different interests, different, we're fans of different things. Like, my girlfriend is into Overwatch. She likes, all these kinds of music. I'm more into pro wrestling and baseball and, and CM Punk and, other shit. So it's kind of hard to kind of relate to it. And most times when I talk about this kind of stuff, she's just and I put her to sleep. I guess that's the only benefit. But I kind of get, you have to, find a common ground to, where if you have the same interests, it can help your relationship. You know? That's how I see it, how I view it. But it was kind of funny, like, when he mentioned the whole tits or ass, like, which one are you? I guess tits won by 60% of the vote when ass won 40. And look, I've said it a few times in the past, like, I am an ass man. I don't mind tits, but I don't know what it is. I blame the WWE. I blame when I was a kid, when I was younger, and I seen all those, divas doing all those bra and panty matches and Wet and Wild matches and Playboy pillow fights. I blame WWE because, like, of women like Tori Wilson and Candice Michelle and Mickey James and Trish Stratus and Kelly and all those. I think I could blame them for that. Perhaps, I guess. I don't know. But my gosh. But that was kind of what. Who the hell is John Pork? Like, I've never heard of John Pork ever in my life. I guess he's like some AI influencer. Good lord. The future's killing us, man. This shit is killing us. I hate it. I do not like it. But, interesting stuff, right? Seeing all this stuff right here. But anyways, that's really it on this reaction. So pretty much, he had some pretty interesting, advice, but most of it was all jokes, including the whole thing with Barack Obama and Harry Styles. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck was that, honestly? Like, that was stupid. I guess it's just some bullshit rumor that someone comes up with, and just everybody will believe it. That's the problem with today's world. People will believe anything. Anything. You say it, they believe it. It's like the wrestling news journalists these days. They say one thing and everybody believes it because they're so gullible, and they just immediately believe, like people like the Wrestling Observer and Sean Ross or Nick Hausman or whomever in the wrestling world. Like if let's say, like, look at the thing that happened with Dave Meltzer recently. Dave Meltzer put out a report a week or two ago saying that The Rock, Triple H filmed a segment where they challenged each other to a match at WrestleMania, but it never aired. And for some reason, that was reported as news, but if you don't know the circumstances of why Triple H can't wrestle anymore, is because a few years ago he had a procedure done on him because a pre-existing heart condition occurred where he he was on the verge of death, and he had a pacemaker put in him, so he can't wrestle anymore. He retired. He's done, Triple H. And Triple H is more busy with being the head of creative for WWE right now. So what does Triple H got to do? Literally, it's not worth the risk when you have a pacemaker in your body. It's not don't want to take that risk. So I don't know where the hell Dave Meltzer got that news idea from, but turns out, I guess he saw the video that was posted nearly 10 years ago on a random episode of SmackDown where Triple H and The Rock had a little face-off confrontation in the back. Back when Triple H was a heel, and now the roles were reversed. But just the fact that Dave Meltzer just didn't realize the difference, it's like, come on, dude. And how long have you been doing this shit? And now the fact that WWE is not going to fall victim to this kind of shit anymore. But the only thing you got is those, neckbeard freakazoids over there in AEW. I don't know. I don't really want to get into that. But you get my gist of what, you see what I mean by how anybody will believe anything. So that whole thing with Harry Styles and Barack Obama, I guess people believed it for some dumb reason. Do not know why. So it's kind of funny, now in hindsight, like it's kind of hard. Now it's going to be much harder to know what the difference is between real and fake with the AI stuff. Even though they're going to say, well, we'll put a little thing in the coding in the computer saying to detect if it's AI or not. What if it doesn't detect it? Then what? Then what? What do you do then? That means you fucked up. So I don't know. I digress, honestly. But anyways, that's really it on this reaction. I've rambled on long enough. We do have some video. We still have a lot of videos from Mark to still finish up for, you know, his Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted series, and the other Buckshot Roulette video, the Double or Nothing. You know, the AEW Buckshot Roulette. I'm sorry. Whenever I hear Double or Nothing, I just think of AEW. So we still have plenty of things to still check out. And also, Mark did put out another 3 scary games recently, so that means I gotta still get on, you know, 3 Scary Games 103, because I gotta check out the new one that was just put out. So I gotta get my, you know, get on that, instead of recording like 5 videos at max, or waiting till late at night to do all these videos, you know? I don't know. I digress. But anyways, that's really it on this reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Be sure to ring that bell to be part of the notification squad. Be sure to check out my Instagram, because I make codes Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and myself. Artist and Actors of Cosplay is on there, so go check it out. And be sure to check out my Tumblr, my Discord in the description as well. So until next time, JRDL96 signing out. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.